Yeah.
Sir, it's very feeble.
Your voice is very low.
Something wrong here.
Sir, it's still feeble.
How is it?
Sir, now it is
Sir,
okay,
it's
but it
better.
is
So now it's so.
It is
Sir,
better.
it's better, but it is cracking a bit.
Okay, it should not crack.
now, sir, it is
Okay.
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So let us start.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, beta.
Good afternoon, sir. So I had to inform you something regarding my project.
Uh-huh.
So I had submitted my project on Friday, and sir, yesterday when I was checking through my computer CTA group, by mistake I pressed the undo turn in button, and then I pressed the turn in button, and now it's showing turn in late.
No
So I,
worries. It will show me. It will show me the history. I will see that what you had already turned in. That's not a problem.
yes, sir.
ठीक है?
Thank you.
ठीक है. So let us start. Uh, search technique.
Sir, your voice is again feeble.
And the cracking
Sir,
voice.
it is cracking also.
That means I'll have to hold my microphone. Is this?
Sir, it is not exactly cracking. It's that sound which comes out of the microphone when you rub something against it.
Okay. Now, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I'm holding the microphone in my hand right now. Okay. So we have to do two search techniques and two sort techniques. So today we will be doing the two search techniques. And tomorrow we'll be doing the two sort techniques. Okay. Searching techniques are easier to do. One is, there are two techniques that we are supposed to do, that is in your syllabus. And one is the sequential search, and the second is the binary search. Okay, so the searches, how do we perform a search? First of all, what does a search mean? Search means you are given an array and you have to perform a search. The output of the program should be that that the search was successful or the search was not successful. For example, I have an array containing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I want to look for a 3. The system output should be yes, it is found. Yeah, it has been found. Okay. And if the number had been a 6, it will say no, it was not found. It was not found. Are we clear about what we are going to do? This is my base array which I'm going to search. If I give it this number, it should display a message to me, yes, it is found. If I give it this number, because 6 is not in this array, it will say no, it is not found. So the result of your program, of any search program, should be any of the two, either yes, it is found, or no, it is not found, or it was not found. Okay. Are we okay with the requirement? What are we supposed to do?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Is everybody okay? Okay. So whether it is a sequential search or a binary search, I'm least bothered about how many times it is found. It could be found a number of times. For example, 3 is found a number of times. I'm not bothered about how many times it is found. I'm just bothered about, is it there or is it not there in the array? Okay, so let's write this program. Sequential search is a simpler program. You can help me in that. Okay, binary search is a little complicated program, so yes, I will have to help you in that. So let's start off with the first one. Let me start with a program which contains this array. So I can have, say, int m brackets is equal to, in curly braces, I've put these values, and I have int n is equal to so and so. Now you can be taking these as input, or you can be taking these as fixed values. That's a decision that is to be done later on. Okay, it could be the question saying that input the array, input the number, find out whether the number is in the array. But what I am bothered about right now is the logic of the program. What is going to be the logic of the program? How will I find out whether 3 exists in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or not? Now, who is going to help me in this? Can I have raise of hands, please? Oh. Okay, Kabir, can you help me in this? How will we do it?
So, so we can check each element of the array, and if one of them is 3, then it would display yes, it is found. Otherwise, it will display no, it is not found.
Okay, so that means I have to go from the beginning to the end of the array. Will I have to go from beginning to the end of the array? Because
Yes,
the number could be on the last one, isn't it? Right now it is on position number 3, but I could have such a number that it is present on the last one. So that means I will have to go through the entire array, Kabir.
so we can use a for loop.
Yes, yes, of course we are going to use a for loop. What we are going to use is later on, Kabir. What we are going to do is what we are going to decide now. So do I have to go from the beginning to the end of the loop?
So we can break
Yes,
the
sir.
loop after it is found.
After it is found, beta.
Yes.
After it is found. But my loop will go from the beginning to the end only, because the number could be found in the last one. The loop will go from the beginning to the end. If it is found somewhere in between, the loop should terminate. Are you understanding what I am trying to say?
Yes, sir.
The loop should go from beginning to the end because it may be found in the last position. Okay, but if the number is found in the first position or maybe in the third position, the loop should terminate. मैं ऐसे तो नहीं कह सकता ना कि ये लूप जो है ठीक है 3 बार चला दो या 5 बार चला दो. लूप तो 5 बार चलेगा, लेकिन if it is found, then I'll have to stop the loop in between. For example, you are 56 students in the class, and if I want to find whether somebody lives in sector 48, okay, so how many questions will I have to possibly ask? Possibly
56.
56. So there are 56 questions I could possibly ask. Possibly there is nobody staying in sector 48. So I may have to ask 56 questions. But after asking suppose 7 questions and the 8th student says, yes sir, I live in sector 48. Will I go ahead and go ask somebody else, the 9th or the 10th or the 11th or the 12th? I will not ask, because
Yes.
now I know that there is somebody who lives in sector 48. I am not counting how many people are living in sector 48. Okay, so Mr. Kabir, so we have a for loop where x is starting from 0, x is go up to m dot length, m dot length and x plus plus. This is my basic loop, and okay. Now what is this loop going to do? This loop is going to go from the first element to the last element of the array. Now what do we do? Are these only? Okay. Atinder has raised his hands. युवराज तेरे से बाद में पूछता हूँ अभी. Atinder, tell me, what do I do now?
So we'll check if the element x of the array m is
Okay.
double equal to n.
Is equal to n. Okay, then what do I do?
Yes, n is found, like 5 is found, and then we
Okay.
break the loop.
I'll say yes. Okay. And then I will break the loop. Okay. So far, so good. Where will I say no now? No, it was not found. Yes का तो बहुत सीधा तरीका है. अगर वो equal है तो ठीक है, हम
So
ऐसा
we
So
can
केस कर.
use system dot
May I?
exit.
Raise of hands, please. Who else is there? Okay. आर्यन की बारी बाद में. युवराज. युवराज.
Sir, we can put in an else.
Put.
Sir, we
Once
can
again.
put an else.
Put an else here.
Yes, sir.
And what will this do? I can say SOP no.
Yes, sir.
All right.
No, sir.
No, sir.
no, sir.
Not.
No, sir.
Now there are so many people objecting to it. Let me see the first objection. Objection. Ankit, what is? Yeah. Okay. Ankit, what is wrong with this?
So, like it will show no for every number which is not equal to n.
Yeah. Yes, Yuvraj. Suppose I'm looking for a 3. This 1 is not equal to the 3. It will say no. अभी तो ढूंढा ही नहीं पूरा यार. I have not gone through the entire array to say a no now. Do you understand?
Sir, I got it. Sir, we can shift the control back to the loop.
So I remove this. Now what do I do?
So
Okay.
Sir,
may I?
after the end of the loop, it doesn't find, so we can print.
Oh, okay, okay. So what is the condition that I put here, which says?
Excuse me, sir.
Just a second, beta. What is the condition that who said excuse me? Kabir?
Sir Kabir.
Yes, Kabir.
Yes. So can we use system dot exit after the SOP?
No,
Yes.
no, no.
Then we system.
I don't want system that exits. You
She,
people are so comfortable with system. I don't
So
want
we can use a Boolean variable.
Okay, who said that?
Rn.
A flag, sir.
We can
Okay.
use a continue.
No continue.
so we can use another variable
Yes,
inside
sir.
the if. Sir,
Okay.
suppose we
We
take.
will increment.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. Let me explain flags. Okay, there are two people who talked about flags. One is Prapreet, one is Aryan Chug. Okay. Okay. We have talked about, till now, we have talked about variables which are working like counters. We have accumulators. There are third category of variables called as flags. Okay. So what is a counter? A counter basically is a numeric variable which basically counts 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Okay. We have another type of variables which are called as accumulators. These are basically again numeric. They are accumulating numbers, not ones, but basically some other number. It adds 2 or 3 or 9 or 17 or 16 or 55, whatever it is. They are accumulators. The third kind of variables are called as flags. A flag basically is a Boolean variable. Okay, it is a Boolean variable specifying the state of a program. Okay, and the state here is.
So we were not able to hear.
Hear you.
You were not able to hear. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
now we have three kinds of variables: counters, accumulators, and flags. Okay, counters are those variables which count 1, 2, 3. Accumulators are those variables, again numeric, which basically accumulate different numbers like 3 or 7 or 19 or 25 or whatever number. Now there is a third kind of variable which is called as a flag, and the flag is a Boolean variable which basically tells us about the state of a program. Like इस program में हम पता करना चाहते हैं कि वो found हुआ कि नहीं हुआ. So what will we do? We will use some sort of a Boolean variable, so I'll call it maybe found, which is equal to false in the beginning. Okay, so I've made it false. Why did I make it false? Is that whenever it is found, I will make it true. Now I did not display the SOP yes inside the for loop. Okay, I said found is equal to true and break. What is going to happen now is the moment these two numbers are the same, found will automatically be changed to true and the loop will break. So loop will break, that means it will come out of the for loop. So when it comes out of the for loop, can we not use found to figure out whether it is present or not? Okay, so found will be true. अगर वो मिल गया तो यहाँ पे हम डिस्प्ले कर देंगे yes, और इसकी else पे हम डिस्प्ले कर देंगे
Sir, I have done the program, sir. It worked with continue.
else. There's too much of noise there. Hi Yuvraj.
Sir, I just did the program, sir. It worked perfectly well with continue, even with the scanner class.
Even with the
Sir, it worked perfectly with continue, taking input from the user.
it worked perfectly with continue. Okay, I'll see your version also. I'll see your version also, don't worry. Okay, now this is the program that I expect you to write. All right,
Sir, what
this
if
is the
we want to display the number which is found first?
uh, what number?
The number which is same.
The number which is same is 3. That is the number which we are actually looking for.
Okay, sir.
So we'll just display this here and display the number here that this was found. Okay, so that should not be a problem, beta.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, now please remember, I told you we are going to do two search techniques and two sort techniques. These techniques are standard techniques. Standard techniques means they are standard throughout the world. A sequential search will look like this only. All right. You may change it a little bit, but nothing much will be changed here. Okay. So all the four techniques are standard techniques. You just need to understand them. You don't need to create them. They are already created. Somebody created binary search technique and we are going to use it. Somebody created a bubble sort or a selection sort and we are just going to use that logic. That should be very, very clear to you. You are not going to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is already invented. So we are just going to use the wheel. Am I understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so when I ask you about a sequential search, this is the basic program that I expect you to write. You will use a flag variable, and if the number is found, you will make that found variable as true, and you will break from the program. And when the loop finishes, you will check whether the found variable is true. If it is true, you will say yes. Otherwise, you will say no from the program. Okay, are we fine?
Excuse me, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
हाँ जी बेटा, हाँ जी बेटा.
Sir, if we use a variable like suppose y equal to 0, and if it is true, then we can increment it. So will that be a non-standard search method?
Yeah, it will be a non-standard method. Why, beta? I could have taken here, I could have taken a variable called y. Okay, I could have increase it by 1 here, and here I could have said if y is greater than 0. Is the program going to change? Is the program
No,
going
sir.
to change? No, the program
Mm,
is not going to change. But the logic has changed. When you are actually taking a variable with a value of 0 and you are increasing it by 1, you're basically you want to count. Do I actually need to count?
No,
I
sir.
am not interested in counting. Okay. So this program also runs perfectly fine, but I don't want this program. Why? Because actually this logic appears to be counting the numbers which are threes present in this particular array. How many times it was present? अगर वो क्वेश्चन होता तो ये बेटर था, ये सही था बिल्कुल.
Sir, but it will not count because break has been used. So the
या बेटा बेटा जब प्लस प्लस आ गया तो इट इज एक्चुअली काउंटिंग. ब्रेक आ गया नहीं आया वो अलग बात है.
Sir, that means, sir, if this is the technique, sir, then my technique will not be considered in the exam.
Just a second. Can we just pause for 2 minutes? Yes, questions.
Yes, sir. I wanted to ask, sir, that you said that this technique has been invented by someone, sir. That means my technique will not work in the exam.
Your technique I have to see. Can you send it to me on WhatsApp? Okay, because I don't want to spend time of the class on that. If it is worthwhile, I will discuss it in class. Okay?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, beta.
So if you are using a break after that counter variable, each time it will break and each time it would display, means it would break in the first time only.
The first
It
time
will
it is
count.
found, it will actually break. वैसे देखा जाए तो this program is working perfectly fine, isn't it? ठीक है, you will not get a 0 here. But you are not expected to use a counting thing here. All right. I could possibly have used a 1 here. Will that change?
no, sir.
No, this is also going to work the same way. But when I am actually using a variable which is only going to have possible values of zeros and 1, we have a better variable for it. We have a Boolean variable which has only two states, true and false. Okay. You could experiment with this, that is not a problem. And you can put a counter there, that is not a problem. It will still work. All right. Okay.
So, sir, basically, you want to say that we should use the most appropriate type of variable.
Yes, most appropriate type, yes. Okay. Although now this program is also working the same way. Y is actually working like a flag and it is either a 0 or a 1. It cannot be a 2. Even if I remove this break from here, it will never be a 2, isn't it? Okay, now this program does anybody have any problem here?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No. Okay, so this is my standard program for sequential search. A sequential search basically is used when we have an array which is an unsorted array. Okay, the array is actually unsorted. Okay, and when it is unsorted, I have no other choice. I have to do a sequential search. Okay, let me give you an example. you are given a novel, and in the novel you are supposed to find a word. How do you find the word in that novel? You will start from the first paragraph, first word. You will read through the entire book to figure out where is that word. If it is found on, say, page number 157, you will say, yes, sir, it is found here. And you will stop reading. This is what my program is also doing here. Okay. But suppose the word is not there in the entire novel, then what happens?
So the time goes waste.
The time goes waste. You have actually read from the first word to the last word, and you have found out that it was not present. Now, this is not the way that you actually do it in a dictionary. In a dictionary, the words are sorted. So if I ask you to find a word in a dictionary, what do you do?
So we'll go to the alphabet.
Letter of the word.
Okay, so you will, go a little few pages further or few pages behind, and you will figure out where the answer is. So just a few pages idhar udhar and you will find the word, isn't it?
Yes,
So
sir.
what is the basic difference now in the sequential search and the binary search? Sequential search has to be done if the array is unsorted, and if the array is sorted, you can perform any of the two. You can perform sequential search also, but that will be a waste of time. Like in a dictionary, I start reading from the beginning. Okay, so that is a wastage of time. I can do that, but that is a wastage. So binary search हम perform करेंगे. So let us learn how to perform a binary search. Have you sent me the version of the program? Where is the not found बता रहा है बेटा? Where is the not found thing? Yuvraj, can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
I just want the not screen, not one also, ना? तुम्हारा program not नहीं बता रहा है.
Sir, I'll do that also. One minute.
Okay, 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 okay.
Sir, what's the point of continuing the loop, sir?
There,
The loop will
there is,
anyway going on.
yes, the loop is going on. So there is no point there. Anyway, that he has to figure out. Let me see. Loop will not go. It has to. Okay, युवराज, तुमने जो कंटिन्यू लगाया है बेटा, कंटिन्यू तो करना ही करना है उसने. अगर मैंने कुछ नहीं भी लगाया होता तो उसने x प्लस प्लस पे तो जाना ही था.
Yes, sir.
सो कंटिन्यू का कोई फायदा है नहीं, यहाँ पे बेनिफिट नहीं है. ओके. Okay. Now one question, one quick question now before we continue. I am going to remove this boolean false. I am going to remove this also. Now, can you tell me what is the condition that I can write here? Please understand before this line. Don't answer. Who was answering, by the way?
Aryan.
Aryan. Okay, Aryan, I'll give you a choice. ओके. नाउ ये लाइन के ऊपर कुछ नहीं चेंज करना है, इस लाइन के नीचे सिर्फ ये कंडीशन मुझे बतानी है कि व्हाट इज द कंडीशन गोइंग टू बी. Then also we can find out whether it is found or not. Anybody else? Ishan Rehal, did you raise your hand for this? Ishan?
Sir,
Okay.
from my side, my hand is down.
Okay,
Yes,
now it
sir.
is.
And for
Okay.
myself, many of the hands are raised.
Okay, no, there is no, only Ankit's hand is raised at the moment. Ankit, you want to answer this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please answer.
So we can check for the value of x. If x is equal to m dot length minus 1, then it is no, otherwise it is yes.
X is equal to, is Aryan, is this correct?
Sir, we can
No,
write
sir.
if x is equal to n.
No, sir. If x is less than 6. If x is less than 6. than 6.
If x is less
Oh,
than
sorry, m dot length. Sorry, less than m dot length.
okay,
So
what
it's
if I what if I
m dot length minus
okay,
1.
okay, okay, okay,
Plus
okay.
1.
Anyway, what
Excuse me,
is
sir.
yes, beta?
Sir, otherwise asking, please correct me, sir. So the number n that is to be found, would we comparing x to that or the xth element to that? Not the xth element, the element at the xth index, sir.
In this one?
Yes, sir.
X.
Maybe, sir, I am having a confusion.
Yes. Okay, now tell me, suppose I had written 6 over here, 6 is not found, break will never happen. What will be the value of x when it comes out of the loop?
M dot length.
M dot
It will
length.
it will be equal to m dot length. So when if can I say that if it is equal to m dot length, it is yes, and if it is not equal to m dot length, that means it is either 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. It is a yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, I don't expect you to do this kind of a program, but उसमें आपने boolean flag वाला ही लगाना है. This is just to train you further. Okay. Now binary search. Binary search के लिए we need an array. And let me create an array with the values 12, 34, 45. 58, 60, 65, 69. How many numbers are these? These are 10 numbers. And let me shorten the thing. Positions are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. The numbers on top, they are basically the positions. The numbers in blue are positions. The numbers in red are the numbers. And what I'm looking for is a 58. Okay. So 58 is the number that I'm looking for. And this is my array in which I will be performing the search. And it is sorted. You can see it is sorted. I hope it is sorted. Yes. And these are the positions of the elements in the array. Does anybody have any problem here? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No. All right. How? Okay. Now the name of the technique is actually binary search. Binary actually means base of 2. So basically we will divide the entire array into 2 parts. Okay. We will divide the array into 2 parts. Now this array, the starting element is a 0 and the ending element is a 9. What is going to be the middle element? 0 plus 9 divided by 2?
5. The
Yeah,
fourth x.
4. It will be 0 plus 9 divided by 2, that is 4.5, which is actually integer form mein 4. So this is my mid. So I'll put my mid as capital M here. I'll put L as the lower part of my range and I will put H as the higher part of my range.
Excuse me, sir.
हाँ जी बेटा.
Sir, I wasn't able to understand how the array is sorted.
Array is already sorted. We have not sorted it. So we should not be bothered about how it is sorted. Okay.
No, sir, I'm asking like what is the condition required for the array to be sorted? I'm asking that.
Sorted means it has to be in a particular order. It is in an ascending order. 12, 35, 40, 34, 45, 47. They are all in ascending order, isn't it?
So, sir, the previous array was also a sorted one.
Oh, that was sorted. But in fact, that could be unsorted also. That doesn't matter.
Okay, sir.
Okay, but sequential search has to be done if the array is unsorted. वो तो मैंने कुदरती 1 2 3 4 5 आदत पड़ी हुई है उस तरह से लिखने की. If it had been a 5 Still it would be, this is the, is it okay? This is not sorted now.
Right, sir.
Okay, so we have L as the lower part of the range, H as the highest part of the range, that means of the array, and M has been calculated as lower plus higher divided by 2, that is 4. Now we have to figure out the number which is on the middle position, that is 51. Is it equal to 58? Is it true?
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
no, it is not. So if it is not, then the search has been unsuccessful at the moment. Okay, search तो successful नहीं हुई. But how do I continue the search now? I have to figure out the number that I'm looking for, that is the 58 that I'm looking for. Is it greater than 51?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
it is greater than 51. So what will I do? I will change the value of L to M plus 1. Did you understand what happened?
Yes,
So
sir.
M was at this location. I have changed the value of L to M plus 1. That means 4 plus 1 is 5. So L is actually on 5 now. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Let me proceed further. Now H is 9, L is 5, 9 plus 5 is 14, 14 divided by 2 is 7. Where is M now? M is on 7. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, is this number 60, which is on M, is it equal to 58?
No, sir.
No, it is not. So if it is not, what do we do? What did actually we do, what did we do when it was greater than this? We actually made L as one more than M. What am I going to do now?
We'll
Because
make H less than M.
H less than M. So we'll put H here and we'll remove the M from here. We'll recalculate it. Now you can see, can you see that जब H बेचारा यहाँ पे था तो आपको दिख रहा था ना L और H इस रेंज में था हमारा 58.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, this is actually between 55 and 69. Okay, so what did we actually do in the first part when we performed the first search? We have actually discarded this part of the array and we have only taken this part of the array. Okay, so where were we? We were here. H was here. So let's remove H M from here. Now L is 5 and H is 6. What is going to be M?
L is equal to L.
So M will be equal to L. Okay. Now tell me, is 55 and 58, are they the same?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. So what happens now? If 58 is more than 55, what should I do?
L L
L
will be
becomes
equal to L.
H.
L becomes more than M, so it comes to here. And where is H is also on the same location. L is also on the same location. So 6 plus 6 divided by 2, M is also going to be on the same location.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So is it found? Yes, it is
Yes,
found.
sir.
All right. It is found. All right. Let's perform another search and someone out of you is going to help me in this. Let me take a 34 as the number. Okay, 34 is the number. Let's have raise of hands who is going to help me in this. Okay, I'll take Ankit as my helper. Yes, Ankit.
So, but I have
Starting.
not raised my hand.
You
Sir,
have
I
not.
have raised my hand and it's not visible in your screen.
Sir, I have
Yes.
also raised my hand.
I know. Aryan, you have raised your hand, but I will ask. Atinder, you have raised your hand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. नेक्स्ट वाले में आर्यन से पूछता हूँ, ठीक है? ओके, यस अतिंदर.
Sir, firstly, sir, the L will be the same at the 0,
And
and the H will be at 9, and the middle one will again be at 4.
okay.
And sir, now we'll check if it's equal to the M is equal to the required number. But
Okay,
sir,
that
as it
means
is,
is 51. Just take the numbers. 51 equal to 54, 34. They are not.
so now we'll check if it's less than if the number required is less than the middle. So as it's true, sir, the sir, H will become 1 less than M, that is at position 3.
Okay, so M has to be recalculated. H will go from here. Okay,
Yes.
what happens now?
So now the M will be it will be a 1.
Okay,
And so
uh,
now we'll once again check if M is equal to the number, the required number. So as it's true, sir, we'll print. So the
we will
the
say
the search
yes.
will be
Okay,
successful.
so search is successful. What we are going to do further, we are least bothered about that. Okay, 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 okay. So let me take another number here. Let me take 69, the last number. Who should I ask? Arun, sorry, I'll ask you sometime later. I know you know. Falak, will you help me in this? Is Falak present? Is Falak not present? Okay. Dishita? Dishita Joshi? No. Okay. Aryan? Hello?
Yes, sir.
हाँ जी बेटा.
They're the
So,
same indices.
okay.
0. This will be the lower limit, higher limit, and fourth will
This is the
be the
starting.
middle.
This is the starting position. Then,
Then we'll check 69 with the middle position. It is greater than that, so we will take the fifth index as lower limit. Then we'll again calculate M, and it will then come out to be seventh index. Now M will
okay.
be on the seventh index.
Okay.
Again, we'll check with M. It is again less than the required number, so we'll take the eighth index as the lower limit.
Hmm.
And now the middle limit will be 8, middle index will be 8. Again, we will check
Okay.
with M. Now the
Okay.
lower limit, upper limit, and the middle will now be 9, and the required number is found.
Okay. So L will also be here. M will also be here. And 69 is found.
Sir, I didn't
Okay.
understand, sir, this sorting technique. Sir, could you please explain it again?
Sorting technique we are not supposed to learn here, beta. We are searching for something.
Sir, yes, sir, this searching. Sorry, sir. There was
So you have not understood. Okay, I'll make you understand. Don't worry.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So in the first check, if the number is less than the middle number, the higher limits gets transferred. Hmm.
Yes. Yes. So there are
And
three possible things that can happen, Shalaka. One is if the number could be found. So suppose I'm looking for 51 only and the number is already there on the middle number. Okay, so middle is the place where I'm looking for the number. So 51 is already there. I'm looking for 51. It is found and I'm through with this. But if it is not found, then there are two possibilities. Either this number is larger than this 51 or this number that I'm looking for is less than 51. If this number that I'm looking for is larger than, then what I'll do is I'll move L to m plus 1. Otherwise, if this had been smaller, then I would have moved this from this to hm minus 1. Okay, Yuvraj, does this make sense?
Yes, sir.
So does the
Okay.
middle limit also get transferred when that h gets transferred? No? If h gets
H
to 40,
H gets
if h
H
gets
gets
to
transferred.
47, middle m will also get to
M will automatically get calculated according to L and H. So please remember, we are focusing on in the beginning we focus on L and H. We calculate M. Now we shift L or H according to whether it is found in the later half or it is found in the previous half. This is basically what we do in the dictionary also. In the dictionary, we as human beings will actually go randomly from one place to another. थोड़ा सा page आगे, थोड़ा सा page पीछे, but the computer doesn't do that थोड़ा सा आगे, थोड़ा सा पीछे. So it will actually divide the dictionary into two halves. And if it is not found on the middle of this thing, then it has to figure out whether it is on the latter half of the dictionary or whether it is in the previous half of the dictionary and discard any one of them. This is what we are doing here also. Okay, anybody who wants to try this, I'm going to give you a number. Just raise your hands
One
and
doubt,
let's.
sir. One doubt.
Okay, yes, beta. What is the
Sir,
doubt?
how would we know that how many times the loop should run?
That is later on. Abhi hum karenge na, abhi we have to figure out a number where it is not found. Can we just take a number where it is not found? Let's take a number, say 56. Now 56 does not exist in this list at all. Shall we try looking for this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So who is going to help me in this now? I want raise of hands. Just I'll also help you.
So
ठीक
I
है?
have raised my hand, you can't see. So it
Okay,
is.
okay. Shalaka, yes. Try now. Try
So
now.
first,
56 is the number.
so first it will check at that m location as 51 is not equal to 56. The lower limit L will get transferred to 55.
To 5. Actually, we'll always call this as the number. Okay?
Yes, sir.
L, M
So
and H are actually हाँ जी बेटा
then,
आगे.
then m will get transferred to 7.
M will get transferred to 7 because 5 plus 9 divided by 2 is a 7. Okay.
Yes, sir. And so as 60 is not equal to 56, L with again get transferred to 8.
Will L get transferred to 8 because 56 is actually less than 60? Should L get
Yes.
transferred or
No,
should
sir.
it
So
get?
H will get transferred to
H
58.
will get transferred to
50.
58, that is 6. Okay, so we'll talk about this beta.
Yes, sir.
ये L H M जो है ना ये indexes हैं. Okay, and what is M going to be?
So M will also be 55. 5.
On 55. Okay.
So, and so as M is not equal to 55 and it is less than 56, H will again get transferred to 55.
Will H get transferred to 55? It
Should
is
have.
always M minus 1 or M plus 1. Will it get shifted to 55?
No, so then it should break at the end.
No, it will shift here, isn't it? Because 56 is greater than 55, H has shifted from this place to M minus 1, isn't it? This is what we do. If it is a smaller number. Sorry, what did we do?
So 56 is
Okay,
greater
sorry. 56 is greater than 55. So L should be increased by 1. Okay, did you say this earlier? शलाका तुमने यही कहा था ना पहले?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I misinterpreted. Fine. So H and L are both on the same location. What do we do now?
So then M should also come on that location. And as it is
Okay.
not equal, it will break.
No, it will not break. Tell me what is going to happen now.
I don't
You do know. On M we have a number 58. Is it greater than 56 or less than 56? Is
know. It is
56 greater than?
greater than
This is
56.
greater. This is greater than. So that means H should shift back.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if
Then it
H
will
shifts back,
continue happening.
now you can see here now, in the situation that the number is not found, L will
Sir,
go
L
on
will
the right
shift
hand
to the
side.
front. L will
Yes.
shift to the
L
front.
will have a value greater than H. L will never, should never have the value greater than H. Okay. What I'm trying to,
Sir, in
what
this
I'm going
case,
to
sir, L will shift.
now it's fine. Now the moment H becomes less than L, the program will stop. So what I'm going to do right now is to write the program for it. Okay. And if time permits, we'll explain it today. Otherwise, we'll explain it tomorrow. Int m brackets is equal to, and we have these numbers. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Anjivitra?
We are only able to see the int on the screen.
Sir, the video is lagging.
The video is lagging, so I cannot do anything about it.
Sir, now it's visible.
Okay. So int n is equal to say 58. That is what I'm looking for. Now, how many variables that were we looking for here? We have a variable called low, which has a value of 0. We have a variable called high, which has a value of 9. We have a variable called mid. And we have a Boolean variable called found, which has a value of false in the beginning of the loop. Now, in the sequential search, we used a for loop because we know we have to go from the beginning to the end. Here we cannot use a for loop because there is no demarcation as where it is starting and where is it ending. So I will use a loop which is specially meant for that. So I'll say low is less than or equal to high. Now this loop is going to work जब तक low की value less than or equal to high रहेगी तब तक ये चलता जाएगा. The moment high gets a value greater than low, sorry, less than low, it will automatically stop. Okay, mid variable I've already created all, and I'll say low plus high divided by 2. I will check now on the M array in the mid position. If the value is equal to n, I will say found is equal to true, and I will break the program. I will break the loop. Okay. Else what do I do? I will check whether n is greater than the middle position wala number. If it is greater than, what do we do?
So we shift the LO to mid plus 1.
Mid plus 1. Okay. Else I don't need to check now. It is the third situation is equal to mid minus 1. Okay. So now my program is complete. Outside this program, outside this loop, you are simply going to check if found is equal to so and so. That is what we did in the previous program. वो तो change कर दिया हमने. So what we are going to do here, we simply going to if found is equal to true, found is equal to true, display yes, else display no. Okay, now this was the array जिसके अंदर हमने search करना है, जिसको हमने search करना है. 58 is the number that I am going to look for. We have two variables low and high. Instead of L and H, I have used low and high. Low is having a value of 0 and high is having a value of 9. And mid has not been calculated yet. Found is false. Now this loop is going to work till low has a value less than or equal to high. High and low can be on the same position, no problem. It can still be found. But if low becomes higher than high, then it cannot be found. So mid is equal to, we calculate the mid position, and that is low plus high divided by 2. And if it is found
So
on the mid
one doubt.
position, yes, beta.
So the position as it starts from 0 to 8. So like the number is 4 divided by 2. It's come 2. So it should be 34, but it will show 45.
No, beta. These are 10 numbers in all, and 0 and 9 are the are the are the indices. 0 plus 9 is 9, divided by 2 is 4.5. It will actually 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It will come to this position. This is my middle. ठीक है नहीं?
Okay, sir.
Okay, and then if it is not found, then it goes to the L side. If the number that I'm looking for is greater than the middle position wala number, then low gets shifted to mid plus 1. Else I don't have to check. Now why? Because neither m mid is equal to n, nor it is greater than, it must be less than. So if it is less than, then high becomes mid minus 1. And when it goes back into the loop, mid is calculated again. And it again checks whether mid position पे वो number है कि नहीं है तो check करता है कि वो number बड़ा है या वो number छोटा है, and it keeps on shifting low and high accordingly. Okay, at the moment low becomes greater than high, the loop terminates. Okay, now we'll stop at this because I'm not going to spend more time on this. We have spent more than an hour now. I can see that teaching online this thing has taken me more time than teaching actually on the blackboard. Okay, yes guys. Okay, now you try to digest this till tomorrow, and tomorrow we are going to start off with this program, and then we'll continue further.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, beta.
Sir, in this searches in the arrays, sir, can we use the contains function if we convert the array to the string?
No, you cannot. You have to use this technique. Okay, this technique has to be used. There are so many things you could actually use. All right, you could have used a collection, converted this to a collection, and Java के अंदर तो simply आप उसी में पता कर सकते हो किसके अंदर है या नहीं है. Am I right, Aryan Chug?
Sir,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Kabir.
हाँ जी, नहीं, I'm asking Aryan especially about the collection thing. Okay, Kabir, fine. Is it fine? So you have to use this. Although there are so many other things available in Java, we are not going to use them. तुम्हारे पास अगर आता है question, perform a binary search to find this number in this array, you are going to use this program. So don't deviate from this, please. Okay?
Okay, okay.
Okay. Okay, we will continue this tomorrow now. Okay? We will continue this tomorrow. And you can try digesting this program till that time. Okay? Okay, guys. See you tomorrow then. I will not take any questions because we have not completed yet. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, beta. So we'll meet you tomorrow then. We'll see
Thank
you
you, sir.
tomorrow.
Thank you,
You're
sir.
welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, beta.